Hello, I'm Mayor Phil Goode with your weekly update. Last week on Tuesday, July 19th, we held a joint meeting of the City Council and the Planning and Zoning Commission to discuss the creation and implementation of a new protective airport vicinity overlay district in our land development code. This joint meeting offered an opportunity for the airport and the planning staff to present recommendations for the creation of an overlay zoning district containing specific protections for the airport and the surrounding vicinity. The joint meeting allowed for dialogue between the Council and the Planning and Zoning Commission on this important topic. FAA guidance on land use protections for airports specifically recommends the use of zoning as an effective means of buffering airports from the encroachment of non-compatible land uses. Prescott has had recommendations for land use compatibility in several planning documents, but has not had a formal zoning overlay to provide the type of legally enforceable restrictions now needed. I have been advocating for these protections for a number of years now, and am excited to see them finally advancing. Recent development activity in the vicinity of the airport potentially could create incompatible land use conflicts with the airport that could threaten the future development of the airport. We have a lot of support from the FAA right now regarding development and expansion of Prescott Regional Airport, and we don't want to put that at risk. Enacting an airport vicinity overlay district will provide needed legal protections under the city's well-established zoning police powers. In addition, it will help to ensure that people wanting to move to this area or create business in this area will know and understand some of the pros and cons in being near the airport. This will bring further clarification, disclosure, and transparency. Staff is seeking input and direction from both bodies so that a draft ordinance can be completed and the public review process can begin. The next step in this process will be to place the completed draft on an agenda for a public hearing at the Planning and Zoning Commission. You can watch the video of the joint meeting at the link below. I felt we had a very productive discussion and gave the staff valuable input and direction. We have 3 City Council meetings tomorrow. In the executive session, we'll be considering recommendations from the Mayor's Commission on Facility Optimization and Property Usage regarding the redevelopment of the current City Hall property. During this study session, we will have a presentation and discussion regarding abatement procedures for dilapidated and unsafe structures in the city. During the voting meeting, some of the highlights include the update and clarification of the Council Rules of Procedure. We will also approve the process for filling a City Council vacancy since Councilwoman Jessica Hall has resigned and we must fill her position. The Cortez Circle Apartments is asking for a site plan review of an infill project that will demolish 8 apartment units but will build 90 new units. This will result in a total of 120 dwelling units. The Granite Dells Estates Properties is also asking for approval of a master plan and a preliminary plat of the Granite Dells Estates phases 6, 7, and 8. Out of the 199 acres, this will create 371 lots and 94 acres of open space. It is a master plan amendment, and I'm sure the Council will consider it carefully. These phases have already been approved for water service. Arizona's primary election day is August 2nd this year. If you have not already mailed in your ballot, you might want to consider taking it to an official county drop box to ensure it is counted. As many of you know, I served in the Vietnam War, and many of those that I served with did not come home. In Washington, D.C., there is a Vietnam Veterans Memorial to honor the over 58,000 servicemen and women who lost their lives during the Vietnam War. For those that are unable to travel to Washington, D.C., there is a traveling replica wall which is 3/4 the size of the original. It's called the Wall That Heals and is taken to communities across the nation. In 2022, the only Southwest tour location for the Wall That Heals is in Payson from August 25th through the 28th. It is a bit of a drive from Prescott, but it's also an opportunity to recognize those that made the ultimate sacrifice during the Vietnam War. For more information, please see the link below. That does it for this week's update. I'm Mayor Phil Goode. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again next week.